Hello everyone and welcome back to another session of Dark Souls 3 PvP and another weapon showcase. This time we are using the Claymore, another weapon in the game that has been in the Souls games in general from the very beginning. During that time it hasn't changed much at all. It's always had a great moveset, it's always had pretty decent damage. So the reason I'm choosing now to go over this weapon when we have so many new fancy DLC weapons is because it is such a standard weapon. It's so simplistic and so good that it's a good weapon to compare other weapons to. It's a good way to see how it pairs up against other types of weapons, and with everyone using the new stuff, I figured now is a good time for it. So, without further stalling, let's get started on the basics. The Claymore requires 16 strength and 13 dexterity in order to wield. It has a C scaling in strength and a D scaling in dexterity, and its physical base damage is 276. So that's basically it with the Claymore. It's got basically nothing special going for it. It's got a great moveset, and that alone is enough in most cases. It also does have very decent damage. It's not the greatest out there, it's not the highest, but it is definitely on the higher end of things, so that's a good thing to have as well. Range is can't really complain about it too terribly much. The only real complaint I have about this weapon, and in my opinion the biggest con, or at least one of the two major cons of the weapon, is that it's not that great for chasing people down. It's extremely easy to dodge the running attacks in this game, and that's not necessarily ideal. The other major con that I was getting at is that when you're using this weapon, when one-handing, you basically have no hyper armor, and that again can cause less than ideal situations to occur, and well, you don't really want that so much. So, with this weapon, I would say that the biggest pro of it would definitely be the fact that its moveset is spectacular. You have such a wide variety of attacks that are available to you at any given point in time, from your one-handed R1s that are going to be sweeping, to your two-handed R1s, which will be a little bit more focused. They're going to be horizontal chops, and with that, you can deal a little more damage, you can get some nice two-hits on people, and it does really, really well. I mean, this weapon has been a standard for so long, there's really not a whole lot else to say about it. Everything, I feel like, has been already said. There's nothing too terribly special with it, except for the fact that it's a great weapon with a great moveset. So, really, the purpose of this video is more to compare it to other weapons, the newer weapons. And one thing I noticed when I was using this is that a lot of the newer weapons from this DLC, they don't have much hyper armor, because it's a great sword. It doesn't have the most hyper armor, but it's got enough. And when two-handing, there are plenty of instances throughout this video where you will notice that I just go two-handed straight on in, and I'll just attack someone head-on. Won't even question it, and I'll hyper armor through their attack, they'll get hit, it'll work out in my favor. And that's a very frequent thing that I've noticed with most of the DLC weapons. Of course, the Quakestone Hammer and Earthseeker are going to be exceptions to that rule, but the common new weapons like the Crow Quills and the Follower Saber really struggle when dealing with weapons that have a decent amount of hyper armor. So, something that's not too terribly slow, something that's not going to be really easy to dodge, will work well against them. And the Claymore fits the bill with that. But either way, guys, this video was a little bit more rambly than other weapon showcases, simply due to the fact that the Claymore has been around and been a constant for so long that there's really not a whole lot else to say about it. It is what it is. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video, found it helpful in one way or another. Please like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I will see you all next time.